Welcome to Work Vises Solutions, where we work for the American dream so it is still open to the world's best and brightest, just like you. And it's the first part of our new multi-part series on everything that you need to know to get your H-1B visa. But we're just going to focus on your first H-1B visa. Why? You're going to have to watch this first episode all the way to the end, and then we'll tell you why we're really only focusing on how to get your first H-1B visa. Let's get going. The first thing that you can do to get your H-1B visa is to be educated in the United States. And by that, I, of course, am talking about the F-1 visa. Make sure that you start on your F-1 visa because then you will be able to qualify for the H-1B. Why do you have to qualify? Because the H-1B is a statutory framework. By that, I mean it is literally a line that is defined by law, and it's been there since about 1990. And the H-1B, I believe, is the actual line item on the Immigration Naturalization Act of 1990. One of the things on that law is that you need to have at least a bachelor's degree. And a bachelor's degree across the world is different. Case in point, there's a good chance that you are an Indian national, and if you have a bachelor's degree in India, it doesn't quite equate to a bachelor's degree in America. They don't match up in the sense that one takes 3 years and the other one takes 4 years, so you get into some minutia to have another expert in your H-1B applicationing process. You're basically putting in another hurdle in the way of you getting your H-1B status so that you can start your American dream and work here and create businesses, and eventually you might even run Microsoft. That's literally a thing. Let's just kind of settle in. Just settle in a bit. Please make sure that you start as an F-1 student. Come to America, get a good education. You know that's what we have here in America. We have diabetes, we have fast food, and we have the best education that we have in America. And you want it, especially if you're trying to get the STEM. All the STEM talent comes out of America, you know that. So you might as well come over here and lend your beautiful brain to this country, and it's going to put you on the path to getting your H-1B visa much more easily, as you will qualify under the statute for having at least a bachelor's degree. Now, here's another benefit about your F-1 status. It has to do with becoming an American. You're here on your F-1, learning, getting your skill, being educated in America, which is pretty cool. What does that allow you to do? It allows you to learn the culture, to embrace the culture and see if America has really got your heart, man. It's where you want to stay, and it's where you want to work. And maybe the American dream wasn't for you, but if you start on an F-1, you'll see if you love the country, and if you do, you can start adopting not just the language. You're smart, you're here in America, you're young, practice the language, you frickin' learn English. You've probably been speaking it for a while, especially if you're on an F-1. Learn the customs, go to a cookout, eat way too much, get diabetes, we have it. Or have you tried all of our delicious and terrible fast food? You can do that. I'm not sure what college kids do nowadays, probably make YouTubes. Go ahead and make some YouTubes, man, I'll put them up, it'll be great. So adopt the culture of America while you're on an F-1. It's not just about the education. It's about the education that you get just walking around in America. That's going to make you also have more relationships. And one of the ways that you get jobs, and one of the clients that we love to serve the most at WorkVisas.Solutions are the first-time H-1B employers, because they've never been through it before, and we applaud them for taking the chance on one of the world's best and brightest, and we guide them through the entire process and make it as easy for them so that they can have your unique skill set. There you go, the first part of the how do I get an H-1B visa, at least your first H-1B visa, and thanks for sticking around until the end of this one. I'll tell you why we're really only concerned about the first one, but the first part is over. Start with an F-1. Come to America, get an education. Oh, bonus tip in episode 2 coming up, but The reason we're focused only on your first H-1B visa is because after you have an H-1B, you can kind of transfer wherever you want to go. If you have another job offer somewhere else. H-1Bs are what they call portable. They have been for years. So when you really focus on your first one, once you're in the door, then you can kind of move wherever you can. Of course, there might be some contractual agreements of non-competes and whatnot that your employer will try to impose upon you. And you have to be cognizant of that. If this is your first time here and you enjoyed the content, please give us a thumbs up, click subscribe, or ask any question that you have about the H-1B process in the comments. We'll see you next time. And if you are currently on an OPT, ask your employer about you becoming an H-1B. If they've never hired an H-1B before, don't forget to tell them about Work Visas.Solutions. We'd love to talk to them. And I'll see you in episode 2.